999. So instead of dying, he will go through 999 tests and travails and tribulations. He's got 999 problems, but dead man. If you know that song. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, who was one of the great early Hasidic masters, and it's based on a verse in Tehillim in Psalm 87, where it says, Hashem ispor bichtov amim, that God counts in the register, in the counting system of the nations of the world. So if the nations of the world follow a particular counting system, okay, so then God also follows that counting system.
Based on a talk that the Rebbe said in 1988.
Instead of arguing that the Rebbe is Mashiach, I would argue he was the prophet.
Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the leader of the Chabad Lubavitch movement, known simply as the Rebbe. The Rebbe reportedly believed Netanyahu had a mission from God to prepare Israel for the coming of the Messiah. Over the next decade, the two men developed a close relationship.
What makes him like Elijah more than any other prophet?
Everybody knows that the Rebbe said already from when he was a little boy, that his entire, from when he was even before he went to Cheder, he was already dreaming and he began to visualize the images of the redemption.
A couple of years after this meeting, the Rebbe reportedly told a young Netanyahu that he would one day become Prime Minister of Israel and would be the nation's last leader before handing the scepter to the Messiah.
Because he's like Elijah.
Right. Elijah-like.
An Elijah-like teacher, prophet.
In the final chapter of Mishnah Torah, the Rambam tells us that at the very beginning of Yemais HaMashiach, the Messianic days, we will see a war unfold known as Gog and Magog. And then the Rambam says that before this war, there will be a Navi, a prophet who will arise. And the purpose of this prophet's arising or coming,
an event that triggers Mashiach, is why Elijah, to announce the coming of Mashiach.
That will tell us that Mashiach is very close.
In 1988, the Rebbe said that now is the time. That we have to give life to the king. Yehi HaMelech, long live the king. Changing. The process of redemption has started because Mashiach is in New York, the Rebbe says, and this great event is happening in New York because Mashiach. But the Rebbe then tells us at that time, the same like Moshe Rabbeinu. There's no words. Speech is in exile. There's a problem. I can't shred and I can't talk. A major component for Mashiach has now been completed. That means the Rebbe told us already in 1992 that Mashiach's energy is here in the world. The power of Mashiach is here already. It's been already downloaded. But for 33 years, that power, that mouth, that force is still needs to be articulated.
It's like a man that's been an invalid for years, and all of a sudden they do some whatever, medicine, whatever, and he gets out of bed. When he gets out of bed, then he's still the same guy he was, but he's now free, and he needs time to develop. Because he starts off as a regular guy, and whatever, how long it takes. In this case, he can't even write it down. So forget about it. He can't hear it. He can't write it down. So then if he can't write it down, nobody can hear it. So he's got some type of an impediment that doesn't allow this, what's going on, to be expressed in himself to this extent that even can be shared with anybody else. I mean, it's an unusual kind of...
As we're going to see soon. This is not a technical thing. This has to do with the very fundamental blockage that exists in exile. There is a speech impediment, and that speech impediment is an inherent circumstance of exile. It's an inherent flaw, if you might say, or challenge in exile.
In fact, by the way, you pray for the Mashiach ben Yosef 3 times a day. I don't know if you know that. You know that? It says, Es Semach David, and the offspring of David, right? Who is that? Is that David HaMelech? No, it's Mashiach ben Yosef. Yahweh says that.
He's not Semach David.
Who?
He's not Semach David. He's Semach
Yosef. No, Semach David.
Because
he's the beginning of David.
It's not David, it's Tzemach David. I heard
Tzemach.
Tzemach Yosef.
Yes, exactly.
Tzemach. I can't remember. Maybe I heard that.
Yeah, I said that.
I think so.
You know, that was on Hanukkah. I said that. Remember that?
What does that mean when King Solomon says that everything is vain? And it says something beautiful. It says, Torah she'adam lamed be'olam hazeh, the Torah that you learned now, hevel hi, is vain, lifnei torato shel Mashiach. That's what King Solomon was saying. That the Torah that you're learning now is like nothing compared to the Torah of Mashiach. Meaning the Torah of Mashiach will be so profound, it'll be so mind-blowing, that it'll be like everything you learned till now is like, it's nothing. It's hevel, it's like breath.
Nevuah, or prophecy, while a divine communication, has its parameters and limitations. However, this tzaddik, through his intimate bond with the Shekinah, the divine presence, accesses a level of understanding that is beyond these confines. It is in this context that we can begin to comprehend the extraordinary status of the Messiah, who is not merely a recipient of divine wisdom, but is an embodiment of it. The Messiah's knowledge of the Torah, including the most esoteric dimensions represented by the 50th gate, is not acquired through learning in the conventional sense. Instead, it is an intrinsic part of his being, a direct consequence of his complete immersion in the essence of righteousness.
So the Mahdi doesn't know he is the Mahdi. And the Mahdi doesn't have the competencies of the Mahdi. Until one night, in one night Allah will transform him.
He says this spirit called Melech HaMashiach energy will then be, it was preserved in Shemaim, and it'll be poured onto Melech HaMashiach at that stage in life. But this tzaddik himself, he doesn't know, Mora Dvora. He doesn't know.
Candy?
You already know if I'm going to take it?
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon?
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.
One soul that would come up here to collect myself.
We want to talk about a subject that is maybe a little dangerous. Mashiach ben Yosef. Something, an idea that probably everyone's heard of, at least in passing. Here and there you hear about this idea of Mashiach ben Yosef. It's something that I think most people have heard, but like nobody really knows anything about. Right? Like, what is this Mashiach ben Yosef? Where did this idea come from? Two messiahs, Mashiach ben Yosef, Mashiach ben David. Who is Mashiach ben Yosef? Why is this necessary? And you find that people don't really talk about Mashiach ben Yosef much. there seems to be this fear of talking about Mashiach ben Yosef. And so it's something that people know very little about. We know the basics. Mashiach ben Yosef is this warrior Messiah. He's sometimes called the warrior Messiah. He's supposed to come and fight in the battle, the final apocalyptic war.
Will suddenly acquire a light that shines in his head, and he suddenly realizes, Einoid Mulvadoi. There's a ha'ora in his brain that says Einoid Mulvadoi. Suddenly, the reality changes. What's the reality? The guf disappears. So we see that everything that God does, he does through ha'oras. That's how he does it. And you can't do that. All you can do is receive ha'ora. And when you receive an awe, that becomes the reality. It's very hard to understand this. Everything will disappear in front of you, whether you like it or not. When you suddenly have the Nun Sarabina. And that's why it's an Or Chodesh. Why? Because no one has ever brought that down. It's the new light. It's the ultimate light. It gives you total understanding of everything God is doing. And that understanding itself dominates reality and changes reality. What am I, a Michigana? So therefore we understand for the first time the reality of Torah, the reality of the Rebbeinu Shalom, and the reality of who you are. Your power lies in your mind, what you are aware of. That's it. And as soon as your awareness grows and it becomes greater, the energy available to you becomes greater. So therefore, your neshama with that energy can actually remake the physical universe so that suddenly the whole thing disappears. There is no hest upon them. There's no chayshach. That's how easy it is. Be aware of yourself. That you can do. So what does this mean? So therefore, what I see depends on the light that shines in me. If there's a light that shines in me that makes me aware of a lot, I will see a lot. If it makes me aware of a little bit, I will see the little bit. That's it. I am completely captive to the light.
Mashiach will smell the essence, will be able to detect who is he really. Is he really the person that's trying to cover up his negative footsteps? And Mashiach will expose that.
So how do we get protected from this? He goes, Mashiach. Okay, but what's Mashiach? You said Mashiach is going to destroy us. He goes, oh yeah, that's the second one. How's the Mashiach going to destroy? It says the Mashiach is going to be able to smell the sins on people. Whoever did tshuva, he's not going to have to say anything. He doesn't have to say, oh no, I did tshuva. No. Mashiach is going to be able to smell whether he has yirat shamayim or not.
Let's make it happen. We can't wait around anymore. Join in or watch it happen around you and then join in. But join in and let's make it happen. We can do this. No need to wait around anymore.
Nice. Yeah, we need Mashiach now.
Cool. Mashiach now.
And it really feels like Mashiach is like right around the corner. It's just crazy. Like it's like in the air and everybody feels it. And within the army, like everybody's, I don't know if you've seen, but everybody has like a Mashiach patch. I don't know who started that, but that's just amazing. It's no longer like a crazy religious symbol. It's now what everybody's here for. And all the soldiers are for it, and that's where everybody's looking. So I think we're there. I think it's right around the corner.
We're in the midst of it. There's no question in my mind that it's not that I believe Mashiach is coming. You have to listen very carefully. He's here.
I think personally, every single person around us can feel that Mashiach is imminent, and everyone feels it.
One sentence says, God is going to make another King David. Like it says, V'avdo et Hashem Elokeichem, that in the future you will serve David, you will serve God and David, their king. That I will stand up for them. And the Mashiach is going to be called a king. says Kesar. The word Kesar, why not just use the normal language of the Talmud? King and an assistant king. He was born, his mother was travailing in birth, she had a hard birth, and it means unusual birth.
Maimonides Medical Center is at the doorstep.
Maimonides presents laws, practical law. Practical law means, how do we identify who Mashiach is? How do we know where we are? Unless you have a guidebook.
We have a very special Kabbalah that on the 9th month, on the 9th day, on the 9th hour, the gates of the heavens are open. 999.
So there is a place for using the secular dating system, and it's not so strange. Rabbi Levi says that's what it means that Hashem yispol b'chtov amim, that God counts also according to the register, according to the counting system of all the nations of the world.
One, two, three, we want Mashiach in the VIP. This is how. Get up now. Right now. Everybody scream Mashiach now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We want Mashiach in the VIP. This is how. That's right. Get up now. Everybody scream Mashiach now. Mashiach now. Mashiach, 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 now, 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 now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We want Mashiach in the VIP. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wir willen Mashiach und wir mannen mit der Schrei. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wir willen Mashiach und wir mannen mit der Schrei. Right now. With the expectations surrounding Netanyahu. It contains Shem Mishmuel's investigation of the Jewish perspective on the Messiah, which is described as a two-stage process. The next chapter involves the restoration of the Davidic dynasty and the construction of the Third Temple. Furthermore, based on these perspectives, Shem Mishmuel anticipates Jonathan emerging as the personification of Mashiach ben Yosef, functioning as the awaited Messiah from the house of Joseph.
I'm still here for you. It doesn't look like the way you think it's going to look. The salvation you think you're going to get out of here, you're right, it's the right guy, but it's not going to look like the way you think it is.
Like, okay, are they worthy? Are they holy enough or not? Like, his Indian is, I'm coming to change the ballgame.
Your dreams, like, that's just where you're going. And from that moment on, it's going to be like a snowball rolling down a mountain. Like, you're about to see things go so wild, and I'm so excited for you. So just trust in yourself in this moment. Trust that you can make that right decision.
It sounds like a very chutzpah question, but like I wrote in the title, wondering, is Mashiach schluffing? Is Mashiach sleeping? What's going on? Like, yalla, what's going on? We need something. We need to understand. Is Mashiach schluffing? Are we schluffing? You want to say something?
And does that person know that they're Mashiach?
Ah.
At what point would they know?
Studying, I think, a very interesting topic. I've been asked for many times to talk about current events. And what's the current events? Mashiach. Just a reminder, what we talked last week is about the potential people, personas, right? That could be the Mashiach ben Yosef. Mashiach ben Yosef, I remind you, is a state. Does he know that he's a Mashiach? That some people know and he doesn't know? That he knows and other people know? How he will be announced? Who's going to tell him? What is he going to do?
Something that was not revealed, as it were, from Hashem's heart to his mouth. So that's something that we know about. Those who know don't speak, and those who speak don't know, as they say.
Tell them all.
Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all. Of course you will. Jonathan. Accounts payable. 11111. In 1 hour. John Wick. Excommunicado.
Order 11111 confirmed.
Because this goes far beyond just your karmic familial unit. Like, you have officials that don't like what the fuck you have prophesized and what you know. And the fact that nothing is working on you. This has been an attempt for years to slow down your awakening and all those connected to your energy. Because of what is being revealed with the alchemization of lower vibration. It's no mystery now who you are and who protects you. And this is what these individuals never anticipated, is not only you overcoming this, but how many individuals would follow you. You are the your intellectual, intuitive abilities. You've got individuals, the CIA, this could be federales, individuals that don't know how you see what you see, and the only explanation is you are truly divinely led and you are a genius. You're a lot smarter than you let on. A lot smarter than you let on. You see things coming before you see things coming. Very intelligent.
Another verse in the same psalm says, Yasoli Asaraniya, that God will afflict me, yes, I'm going to suffer, but I'm not going to die. Right? Like, God is not going to give me over to death. So based on that, and we'll come back to that Zohar at the end. So based on that, and other places, as we shall see, the Vilna Gaon says that Mashiach ben Yosef doesn't have to die. He's not going to die. Don't worry. So we already have a couple of sources from Tanakh, from Psalms. Mashiach ben Yosef does not need to die. Because he's in a battle, he's at risk, he's in great danger because he's fighting a war. But he's going to live. He's going to suffer a certain number of tests and tribulations. Anybody know that number? How many? 999. So instead of dying, he will go through 999 tests and travails and tribulations. He's got 999 problems, but that's it.
That I heard, call it off, call it off, call it off. Somebody wants to, no. Somebody wants to call off every hit directed your way. There are certain societies that have their eyes on you. Individuals that move against you experience this horseman energy. War, pestilence, death.
What blooms from this seed will leave a legacy that transforms the world. This legacy will guide and uplift countless souls. This legacy will guide and uplift countless souls, spreading light across the earth.
It's a divine order. The new order. Divine order. You are the lead of the new order. Above your head, but also below your feet. But it's like this portal of light is flowing through you, this pillar that you are. What is coming through the ethers is flowing through you into this realm. Something you prophesized, individuals are seeing you as the new Messiah, is coming true now. Something you prophesized 2 years ago. And it's because it's the wrap up of old cycles. Something that you prophesized 2 to 4 years ago is happening now, where individuals laughed at you. God got the last laugh because these were warnings.
And it's something about what you prophesize to a karmic familial unit, a karmic X, and the world. Like it's something you stated was going to happen that is coming true now. And you were laughed at, you were mocked, you were called a false prophet, or you were looked at as like crazy. They're not laughing anymore. They're not mocking you anymore. This is why you may have, you know, certain individuals looking into you. Okay, you may see some big black vehicles. All right, they're trying to understand what the fuck type of glitch are you? The CIA, if not all of them, have high frequency weaponry that normally is able to cause disruptions within the nervous system and your mind, causing you to break down or go through conflict or be chaotic. They perceive themselves as powerful. You have abilities these individuals cannot tap into. And they come straight from the ethers. Straight from your divine team, from source, from on heights these individuals cannot gain access to, not even with their machinery. They have crafted specialized machines in order to tap into certain dimensions, to try and manipulate energy, but even their machinery does not reach the heights that you have. Even their artificial intelligence is yet another disappointing attempt at your essence, a disappointing attempt at who you are and what you know. Because even your mind goes far beyond the intelligence that this planet holds, for it only goes so far, but yours is limitless.
Are you trying to tell me that I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
This is also about the type of communication that you are able to obtain or decipher. Even those that wish they had the eyes to see them cannot see, cannot access. And this is why there have been so many attempts on your understanding, your advanced genius, your advanced intellectual abilities, because of what type of information you are able to gain from not only the ethers, not only the outside realms, but the timelines that remain and reside within this one simultaneously. Individuals that wanted you to watch how you move, or was watching how you move and wanted you to watch what you say, you were treading on what was supposed to be very dangerous territory, but you made it your own. CIA as well. What is going on here? It looks like these individuals may be attempting to keep eyes on you, but again, it's nothing to be concerned about. They're trying to figure out what's going on and who you walk with, the power you hold. These are just observers. You can call them admirers. They want to know what you know. They've been monitoring you. They've been watching you. They're trying to figure out why these individuals keep getting hit. Because quite a few individuals within the CIA, quite a few networks within the CIA, work with other individuals in certain positions that are meant to push a certain agenda. All these, let me be nice, networks and groups working with practitioners and energy manipulators in order to redirect your energy, harvest your energy, in order to change the deconstruction of the matrix entirely. You've been up against a lot of individuals that felt like their occult knowledge and the information they held, the wisdom they felt like they had access to would be what destroyed you. But in reality, it's what activated what was necessary in order to pull in these certain timelines that would put you in a position to own this realm.
People say that Mashiach must come by the year 6000. Is that true? Mashiach could come now while we're in the room. I think we don't open ourselves up to the realm of possibility. When we look at a millennium as a day, so you've got to 1000, that's day one, and then till 2000, etc., day two. So until the year 6000 would be day 6, Erev Shabbat. In fact, the Rebbe spoke about the fact that we're on the eve of the Sabbath.
Let's be out of the box for a second. Okay, this requires going out of the box. The year is 5783. We know that. Your calendar says so. But what if we go with the pshat of the Torah and with those midrashim? That means we'd have to add 220. We would have to add 220 years to our counting, which means that we're not in 5783. It means that we're in 6003, which means we've already passed 6,000. Tana Deve Eliyahu, it's 6,000 years of civilization. That's another fundamental Jewish belief. So could it be that we've already passed 6,000? Here it says, if the Jewish people are worthy, we will have Mashiach ben David. But if we're not worthy, we'll have Mashiach ben Yosef. So it's actually saying, here it takes the approach that it's two options. Like, if the Jewish people are not worthy, then we'll get a second-rate Mashiach ben Yosef. You read it that way, it makes a lot of sense.
And that the Messianic era is connected with day 7. Shabbos is a ma'ain, a portion, a part of the world to come. We cannot enter into that period without the world having been refined. And the question kind of is sad if we think, well, is he going to come after 6,000? Let's hope that he comes while we're here today. Amen.
The world before this?
The Bible from 1813 has something very interesting. A facts page that contains a list of people and events in chronological order. It says, whereupon we reckon that from Adam unto Christ are 3,947 years, 6 days. And from the birth of Christ to this present year is 1814 years. Then the whole sum and number of years, from the beginning of the world unto this present year is 5,788, 6 months, and the said are 10 days. In the year 1814 the world really was 5,788 years old. This year, 2022, the earth would be approximately 5,998 years old.
Mashiach will be a human leader who is appointed by God, while others believe that he will be a supernatural figure who possesses divine power.
And this world will exist for a total of 7,000 years, but the last 1,000, from 6,000 to 7,000, will be the days of Mashiach, where the Mashiach is actually already here ruling the world and so on.
Welcome, brothers and sisters, to Mother and Refuge of the End Time. At Terror Alarm on X, formerly Twitter. New AI predictions suggest that Netanyahu's far-right government will stay in power until it is taken over by Mashiach, the Jewish Messiah, sometime in 2024. According to the Zohar, Mashiach has to come before 2030. Touted as an AI-generated news page, the X account, formerly Twitter, Terror Alarm, is in fact suspected to be run by Israeli intelligence unit 8200. To the atheists in this channel, I've been telling you for years, you may not believe in Satan or God, but those running the world do. Have a look at what they are claiming AI is predicting.
But even so. Okay, September 23, he showed me, 2025, this is the day of the Lord.
The Bible says that there is a time for peace and a time for war. לעולם לא נשכח את מעשי הזוועה שעשו לנו אויבינו. אנחנו הולמים באויבינו בעוצמה חסרת תקדים. אני מדגיש, זאת רק ההתחלה. They've made a mistake of historic proportions. We will exact a price that will be remembered by them and Israel's other enemies for decades to come.
Today, Netanyahu's leadership is on the verge of imploding, deeply unpopular with his own people, and under immense pressure from the international community.
La lutte doit être sans merci, mais pas sans règles.
A man who was reportedly told by one of the most powerful Jewish religious figures in the world that he would be the one to welcome the Messiah. "40 years ago, when Netanyahu was Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, he met Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the leader of of the Chabad Lubavitch movement, known simply as the Rebbe.
He said, you're going to this house of darkness, the UN, which was very, very unfriendly to Israel at the time. He called it the house of darkness. And he said, even in the greatest darkness, if you light a candle, it spreads a great light that can be seen from afar.
The Rebbe reportedly believed Netanyahu had a mission from God to prepare Israel for the coming of the Messiah, or in Hebrew, the Moshiach.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neil. I just said it would be the truth.
Stop! Let me out! Let me out! I want out!
When the Matrix was first built, there was a man born inside who had the ability to change whatever he wanted, to remake the Matrix as he saw fit. It was he who freed the first of us, taught us the truth. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free. After he died, the Oracle prophesied his return, and that his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix, end the war, bring freedom to our people. That is why there are those of us who have spent our entire lives searching the Matrix, looking for him. I did what I did because I believe that search is over.
Whether Mashiach comes or not, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Every day that Mashiach doesn't come now, within Am Yisrael, it's Mashiach's loss.
Say it however you want, but I say that Mashiach will be revealed first here in Brooklyn.
The topic we'll discuss today is, will Mashiach first announce himself on Facebook or TikTok?
World